Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. So Donny van der Beek has completed his medical in the Netherlands ahead of his £40 million move from Ajax to Manchester United. Donny van der Beek, of course, is going to be our first signing in this summer transfer window and our fifth permanent signing under the Ole Gunnar Solsjaer era. Now, Donny van der Beek has agreed a 5-year contract with the football club that will keep him at Manchester United until 2025. I think there's also an option of a further year. And as you all know, Donny van der Beek has already agreed personal terms. So it should be made official very, very soon. His move. Mohamed Bouatsfi, he came out yesterday and confirmed that Donny van der Beek to Manchester United is done. And he said that he said goodbye to his Ajax teammates yesterday afternoon. Also to Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign the player. But I'm very, very excited about the prospect of him coming in because I think he'll complement Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba fantastically well in our midfield. But this is the first piece of good news for Manchester United in this summer transfer window because, like I mentioned yesterday, everything has been going wrong recently. Obviously, we had the incident with Harry Maguire. We also, got Brandon Williams injured. And Wan-Bissaka, he said he's set to miss the start of pre-season training because he recently travelled to Dubai and he's got a quarantine for 14 days. Recently, Paul Pogba got tested positive for coronavirus. Rashford recently sustained an ankle injury and he's a doubt for England's games against Iceland and Denmark. Rashford obviously had a back injury for Man United, don't forget, last season, and he was out for a few months. And to be honest with you, it has taken a while for us to get our first signing on the board. The summer transfer window has been open now, is it, for over 5 weeks. But this, it's still a long way to go yet until it shuts. The summer transfer window is open until October. Now, Donny van der Beek's father has also spoken about this, and he said, his son making a move to Manchester United is a dream come true. But to be quite honest with you, I didn't think this was going to happen. I didn't think Donny van der Beek was ever going to come to Manchester United because don't forget, Tottenham made a late approach for him. Also to Barcelona tried getting him in. Also to Real Madrid tried getting him in. Don't forget, earlier on this year, it did say that Real Madrid had reached an agreement to get Donny van der Beek for around £47 million. But I think it put Manchester United fans into meltdown. Obviously, when Donny van der Beek had refused to play in Ajax's pre-season game against Frankfurt. And he also told Mark Overmars and Edwin van der Sar he will not be playing for the club again. And Donny van der Beek did recently tell his teammates that he is joining Manchester United. But he did say, didn't he, was it not long ago, that he wanted to make a move to the Premier League? Edwin van der Sar did say, was it a few months ago, that Donny van der Beek would have been allowed to leave Ajax, but only for a suitable fee. And Erik ten Hag, he also made an admission saying that, Donny van der Beek is likely to leave Ajax in this summer transfer window. Now, Donny van der Beek, spent several years with Ajax. Obviously, joined their youth system in 2008. He was in their youth system for a good 7 years. So, obviously, he made his senior debut in 2015 for Ajax and went on to score 41 goals in 175 appearances in all competitions. He did still have a contract with Ajax until 2022. And Donny van der Beek, I think his versatility is supposed to be good as well. He's predominantly a box-to-box midfielder. At Ajax, he was primarily in number 6. And he can also be deployed as an attacking midfielder. But Donny van der Beek is a player that can score goals. He can also create chances. And that's the type of calibre player that Manchester United do need. Obviously, Ajax have let quite a few of their players go in recent years. Donny van der Beek's set to leave them. They lost Hakim Ziyech back in February to Chelsea. They lost Frankie de Jong last summer to Barcelona. They also lost Matthijs de Ligt to Juventus last summer. There's a few shirt numbers available. We've got to decide on his shirt number. Obviously, number 7's available, because obviously we've got number 7 vacant at the moment. Also, number 11's available, because, we've got number 11 vacant. Will he stay as the number 6, or, could we possibly, give him the number 8? Obviously, Paul Pogba plays as our number 6, and, Materazzi, plays as our number 8. Donny van der Beek, don't forget, is only the age of 23, so still very, very young, and he has got a lot of development in him. So that is the breaking news on him. So when it is official, I will be doing another video on this. Now, after the signing of Donny van der Beek is confirmed, Ole Gunnar Solsjaer has said he wants Manchester United to sign Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig. Now, reportedly, Dayot Upamecano recently signed a contract extension with RB Leipzig, because he recently committed his future to Julian Nagelmann's team. So yeah, he signed a contract extension till 2023, like I said, and this includes a €42 million release clause. €42 million equates to around, is it just over 37 million in pounds sterling. Before he signed this contract extension, his current contract ran out next year, and that did include a €60 million release clause. Now, Arsenal were in for Dayot Upamecano for a long time. He spent a few years with RB Leipzig. I think he's made around 80 odd appearances for them in the Bundesliga. RB Leipzig, I think, did pay around €10 million for him from Red Bull Salzburg back in 2017. And he is only the age of 21. Obviously, he is a centre-half. Obviously, I did say, didn't I, that Manchester United do need a centre-half in the team. We need someone to go alongside Harry Maguire in our back line. We have got a lot of centre-halves in the team, though, at the moment. We've got around 7 centre-halves. Obviously, we've got Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof that are our first-choice centre-halves. We've got the likes of Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof. Eric Bailly and Tuan Zebe. They are our backup centre-halves. Obviously, we've got the likes of Foster Mensah, Smalling, Rojo, Jones. We have got a lot of centre-halves in the team, but it's likely that we're going to get rid of a few of our centre-halves, and there's uncertainty regarding Bailly's future and obviously, Victor Lindelof's future at the football club. So would you take Dayot Upamecano at Manchester United? So that is the breaking news on him. Now, I think we're also interested in getting Thiago Alcantara from Bayern Munich. Now, I do believe that Liverpool are emerged as the favourites to sign him. Obviously, Bayern Munich have revealed their asking price. They do want £27 million for Thiago Alcantara. So he's actually a cheap solution. But I think Liverpool are refusing to meet Bayern Munich's asking price. And the main explanation is because, he is available on a free transfer next year, because that's when his current contract does expire. And Fabrizio Romano revealed this. So it did say, that Manchester United could actually hijack Liverpool's interest in Thiago. Bayern Munich CEO Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, he recently said that Bayern Munich are expecting an offer for Thiago Alcantara in the coming days. Now, he has been a long-serving player for Bayern Munich. He's enjoyed around 7 seasons with them. I think he's won a total of 16 major honours with Munich. Recently won the Champions League with them. Bayern Munich did pay around 25 million euros for him from Barcelona back in 2013. He's in his late 20s. He's 29 years of age. Can play as a central midfielder, can also play as a holding midfielder, and can also be deployed as an attacking midfielder. So yeah, versatility, very, very good. But to be honest, we are very sceptical that he'll come to Manchester United. I think he'll probably end up making a move to Liverpool. If Liverpool do sign Thiago, it will be their second signing of this summer transfer window, because they recently signed Tsitsipas from Olympiacos for £13 million. Obviously, Liverpool want to continue their dominance up. Obviously, last season Liverpool won their first Premier League title, and it was their 19th overall, and they ended their 30-year drought. Liverpool have let a few players go in the summer transfer window. Nathaniel Klein left them not too long ago as a free agent, was it? Dejan Lovren, they sold him to Zenit St. Petersburg for just over 11 million. And they also, let Adam Lallana go. So there you go. Jadon Sancho, I still believe that Manchester United are trying to sign him. Maybe we won't sign Jadon Sancho now in this summer transfer window. We're obviously now looking at other targets. I think Jadon Sancho's an exceptional player, and I think he's enjoyed 3 good years with Borussia Dortmund. But in reality, I just don't think he's worth what Borussia Dortmund are demanding, because Borussia Dortmund's valuation is around £108 million. And, Man United are not determined to meet that valuation. I think it said we was only willing to pay like 60 or 70 million pounds up front. I think at the top, Sancho's probably worth from between 70 to 80 million pounds. But don't forget, it said the other week that we've abandoned our chase for Sancho until the summer of 2021. But as you all know, he has been our number 1 priority target, and we have been in for him for the last 3 years. We first expressed our interest in Sancho in 2017. But we have been looking at a lot of alternatives to Sancho, because I will make an admission, there is much cheaper solutions than him. But at one point, it was looking very, very imminent that Sancho would have been signing for Man United, because don't forget, Fabrizio Romano came out around 3 or 4 weeks ago and said that Sancho agreed personal terms with Man United, and it said he agreed a 5-year contract with a football club worth around 340 grand a week. But just after that got reported, it said talks had broken down between Man United and Dortmund, obviously because of Borussia Dortmund's asking price. A few transfer experts have spoken about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga throughout the course of this window. Like I said, Fabrizio Romano's spoken about it. Christian Falk, he's spoken about it a few times. James Cooper, he's spoken about it the other week, and he tends to be close to Man United, and he said that Sancho to Man United is still a possibility. And Sancho did say quite a few times that he does want to make a move to Manchester United. But I'm not going to fully disregard him coming in, but it does look actually unlikely now, because we missed out on the deadline to sign him, because Dortmund said we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. But yeah, Jack Grealish, he still remains on our agenda. Obviously, it recently said we are still in contact with Jack Grealish. Still in contact with Aston Villa, over Jack Grealish. Villa do value Jack Grealish at around £75 million. Don't forget, it did say that we could let Dayot and Romero join Aston Villa on loan as part of a deal of us getting Jack Grealish on the board. Whether Villa accept this or not, I do not know. You know, it's even said we could offer up to 3 of our players to Aston Villa. But Solsjaer did say, didn't he, that he wants Manchester United to make at least 3 signings in this summer transfer window. And obviously, Solskjaer's obviously looking to improve the squad. Now, when obviously Donny van de Beek is official, we're obviously looking to make another 2 or 3 signings, aren't we? And like I said, Man United have still got to get a centre half in. Obviously, we've got to get a right winger in. Some United fans will say we need to recommend a left back in. Even some United fans still believe that we do need a striker. I think Woodward did say, though, he wants Man United to make around 3 or 4 signings in this summer transfer window. Because obviously, these a few teams that have done good recruitment so far in this window. Chelsea, they've done fantastic so far. They've brought the likes of Hakim Ziyech in, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Malang Sarr, Thiago Silva. I heard that they're closing in on Kai Havertz. Liverpool there got Tsitsipas from Olympiacos. Manchester City, they've signed the likes of Ferran Torres from Valencia and Nathan Ake from Bournemouth. Tottenham, they've recently signed Doherty and Holberg, and they got Joe Hart on the 3. Arsenal, they recently got Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille, and they got Willian on A3. So yeah, teams have done a pretty good recruitment so far. But like I said, it is a long summer transfer window. This summer transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager. But he has obviously so far spent over £200 million at the football club. Obviously last summer Solskjaer brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. January obviously brought Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in. Obviously brought Ighalo on loan. I think just after lockdown, we'd extended Odion Ighalo's loan until January 2021. We obviously brought Odion Ighalo in on deadline day as a cover-up to Rashford, because at the time we got Ighalo in, Rashford was out with that back injury, don't forget. He was our top goal scorer in the FA Cup last season. And obviously we're on the verge now of getting Donny van de Beek in. Solskjaer's also brought a few academy players in. We recently brought Marc Joado in from Barcelona. We brought Alvaro Fernandez in from Real Madrid. We recently brought that Isaac Hansen-Aaron in. We also brought Joe Hugel in from Sunderland, and we brought that Filip Stevanovic in from Partizan Belgrade. We paid around €12 million for him. That equates to just over £10 million in pounds sterling. He will remain at Partizan Belgrade on loan for this season, so that means he will officially join Manchester United in the summer of 2021. But I did say to you, didn't I, prior to this Donny van de Beek news, that Manchester United were losing patience with the board, because I said to you, didn't I, being very critical of Ed Woodward and the Glazers for several years. Obviously, there's main explanations behind it, reflecting how poor our recruitment policy's been for several years. Obviously, we've overpaid for players in recent years. 75 million for Lukaku, 89 million for Pogba, £80 million for Harry Maguire, 52 million for Fred, 40 million for Matic. So this is why, and it's also reflects on the amount of bad decisions over the years that we've made. That's another reason, why we've been very, very critical of them. Woodward's been at the football club since 2012, and the Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. And Woodward did say, didn't he, quite a few times, that he's determined to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in this summer transfer window. And he did assure that his job was safe, even when we went through that bad period at the first part of last season, when we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And also to the Glazers, they said they are willing to obviously back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I did say, didn't I, in one of my videos recently, that Solskjaer did need help at the club, and maybe it would be beneficial if we get a director of footballing, someone that can come and join Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's structure. And Woodward has actually been in the process of trying to get if trying to get a director of footballing since like the Jose Mourinho era. And there was a few former Man United players linked with that director's role. There was likes of Ferdinand linked with it, Patrice Evra was linked with it, Darren Fletcher was linked with it, Paul Mitchell was linked with it, Edwin van der Sar, he was linked with it, Andries Berter, he was linked with it. But I said if we'd get a director of footballing, we need someone with the right philosophy, someone who knows the culture of the club, and someone who of course has got that experience. But Solsjaer, I think, is progressing as Manchester United manager because obviously it wasn't his fault, on the lack of transfer activity. Because obviously Solskjaer publicly come out and admitted that Manchester United have got to spend money in this summer transfer window. And I think at the end of last season, he outlined his transfer plans. He instructed our board to go and get his preferred targets. And he wants Manchester United to spend a substantial amount in this summer transfer window. But we're not only going to focus on the incomings in this summer transfer window. We're also going to focus on the outgoings. We're definitely going to get rid of more players because, quite frankly, there is still deadwood at the football club. I think we're looking to get rid of the likes of Jesse Lingard, Andres Pereira. We're also looking to get rid of Smalling, Rojo and Jones. We're also looking to get rid of Diego Dalot. They're the players that are likely to leave Manchester United. Juan Mata, I think he'll stay for another season. Matic, he'll probably stay for another 1 or 2 seasons. Bay, I think, will remain at Man United for this season. So too will probably Victor Lindelof. Obviously, if we sign a centre-half, then obviously Lindelof will be a backup centre-half. But yeah. And I think that Dean Henderson needs to be our number 1 goalkeeper this season because, like I've said to you before, I think Dean Henderson is now reliable enough to become our number 1 goalkeeper. He really, really is. Because I think now Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. Because he recently endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. And I've got to say, he was Sheffield United's player of the season. Dean Henderson had quite a few loan spells, with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We got Dean Henderson from Carlisle in 2011 at the age of 14. So Dean Henderson has been part of the club for several years. But the last time I read it said Solskjaer said that Dean Henderson's not yet ready to become Man United's number 1. And he wants to loan him out again for another season to get a bit more experience behind him. And he wants David De Gea to remain our number 1 at least for this season. But David De Gea has been our number 1 goalkeeper for several years. But I just believe now he's too much of a liability, So Dean Henderson does need to be put as number 1. We had the good news regarding Dean Henderson recently because Dean Henderson signed a 5-year contract on Man United worth 120 grand a week. Plus there's an option of a further year. So in total it is a 6-year deal. It is a 6-year deal. Harry Maguire. I did say regarding Harry Maguire that I don't think he's good enough to captain the team. But maybe, he should keep the captaincy for this season, to see how he does. There's definitely aspects of his game that's got to improve. I did say Solskjaer needed to make a decision on him. And obviously he's going to keep the captain's armband. This season's going to be Harry Maguire's 2nd season at the club. Obviously last season was his 1st season at the club. He is the most expensive centre-half in the world because we paid 80 million for him. And he's the 2nd most expensive signing at the football club, just behind Paul Pogba. Harry Maguire's getting extra time off, by the way, reflecting on his arrest in Greece and his court case in Greece. As well, we have extended a lot of players' contracts since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got recommended in to the football club. That's very, very good. I think there's some players, though, we shouldn't have given contracts to. I still think we've got, around 6 or 7 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. Obviously, we've got to end the uncertainty over Pogba's future. We've got to get Paul Pogba a new long-term contract at the football club. I think we'll keep Paul Pogba, despite us, signing Donny van der Beek. Because Pogba's agent, Mini Raiola, said the other week that, Pogba's staying at Man United in this summer, this summer. And he said that he will hold talks over a new contract. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's just got under a year left on his Man United contract, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year. He said a few weeks before last season that, Pogba was close to signing a 5-year contract with Man United, and Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Pogba wants to stay at Man United and he's happy at Man United. I thought he was fantastic towards the end of last season. His combination with Bruno Fernandes was exceptional, and I thought he did well in some of our Europa League games. For the vast majority of last season, though, Pogba was out with that ankle injury, and he sustained a few injuries as a Man United player. But I think he will remain at Man United for this season, will Paul Pogba. And I'm glad we're keeping him in a way, because I said, we'd find it hard to get a replacement of his calibre, But yeah. But not long now till the Premier League season starts. It starts in under 2 weeks. Obviously, our first game is at home to Crystal Palace. Obviously, it was supposed to be Burnley, but obviously, it got postponed due to, the Champions League and Europa League games, I think it was. Obviously, after Palace, we've got Brighton away. So our first 2 games we should win. But within our first 7 games, like I've said before, we've got Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, and also to Everton. So they're obviously going to be tough games. But it's very imperative that we do have a strong start to this season. Donny van der Beek should be making his debut for Man United against Crystal Palace on the opening day. But this season is going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season as Manchester United manager. And I said this season is the big test for him. I think Solskjaer is aware that he'll have bigger expectations to exceed this season, because our expectations this season, providing that we do sign the players that we want in, will be to challenge for the Premier League title. And I think the other expectation will be to win a major honour, because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. And, we haven't won a major honour for over 3 years, and that's the first time that's happened in 31 years. But I don't know if Solskjaer's the right manager. Like I've said, I think this season will tell the story. Obviously, it's a transition period for Man United, and it has been a transition period for a while. But I thought Solskjaer, to be honest with you, did quite well in his first full season, which was obviously last season, exceeded most of his expectations. Obviously got us qualification for the Champions League. Also got us third and got us to 3 semi-finals. Got us to the FA Cup semi-final, the Europa League semi-final and the EFL Cup semi-final. But I think in total now Solskjaer has been at Manchester United, is it around 20 months if I'm right? Something like that. That's including the 3 months when he was the interim manager. But like I've said to you, I've definitely seen improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like I said, our recruitment's improved under him. I think the way he promoted the youth last season were very, very good. He's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended into Manchester United. Definitely players have improved under him, especially the top players, because all our top players endured a very difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era. But don't get me wrong, there's still improvements needed at Manchester United. Solskjaer's decision-making's got to improve. I think there's still aspects of our game that's got to improve. Certain players have still got to improve. So, there you go. But like I said, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. Obviously, we've sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era, and that was David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And in the last 7 years, we spent close to the £1 billion range on players, and we've recruited a good 33 players in since Alex Ferguson's retirement and that. Like I've said to you before, I think it's going to be hard for any manager at Manchester United to replicate Ferguson's legacy or to last as long as Ferguson did. But I think Solsjaer can succeed as Manchester United manager if he gets the right backing and he obviously, gets all the players that he does want in. He can build the next great Manchester United team. And Donny van de Beek is a fantastic start, a very, very good start. It really, really is. So when he's official, it's going to give us more confidence, it's going to give us more confidence, to get some other targets, who we do want to bring in. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.